What's up, guys? It's Dorian here with Collider Games, and this is my review of Jump Force. So, starting off, I just want to say I really enjoyed this game, but I will address a few things. The first is the cutscenes. I know some people on social media, a lot of people actually on social media, were going ham on the cutscenes because they didn't look that great to them. But in my opinion, when I was playing the game, I didn't really even take a second to really notice that because you're thrown in first with the action and the gameplay of the actual game and not the story mode. So when you do see those cutscenes, you're already too in focus into the game to really notice that or be thrown off by that. In my personal opinion, some people might find it really distracting and that can be a turnoff for them, but I didn't think it was as big of a deal as people were making it, especially if they haven't played the game yet. So I would say just wait until you actually play it if you were interested in it before you saw the cutscenes or whatever. Then I'd say still go in with that excitement and that energy because you will probably end up liking this game a lot. I know I personally do. So the villains of the story are trying to basically take over what villains want to do, and it's basically all the Shonen Jump manga anime villains versus the heroes, and they're all coming together. So the villains, of course, are all coming together. What your character will be doing is going along with the task force to go out and find these characters and just not destroy them, but beat them up. So you knock the demon spirit out of them, and then they come back to the Jump Force team, and it's kind of like Super Smash Bros. In a way. My good friend Wendy Lee pointed that out, so I wanted to give her a shout out. And then once you start doing these key missions and start unlocking all the characters for the actual story, because you can go and do offline battles and non-story related battles, and you'll have pretty much all the characters, I believe. But in the story mode itself, when you're doing those key missions, not everybody is unlocked to play with, because you have to beat them in the story to unlock them so where they're playable in the story and they're part of the task force. So I think that's cool because it gives you the option of, you can still play with them, but you can't play with them until you unlock them in the story to where it really matters. So I thought that was cool. It's very easy to understand the storyline and the premise, and even if you aren't familiar with some of the manga characters from some shows, but you're more familiar with some of the other ones, then I definitely say get it anyway. Don't be hesitant just because you're not going to know everybody on the roster. That won't stop you at all, because it's more about the fighting and the experience and everybody fighting against each other, not the specific stories of each manga show crossing over. So that won't stop you at all, and if anything, it'll make you want to go watch those shows and go learn more about those shows, because how well they portray those characters and how badass they look in the actual game. It definitely made me do that for a few of the characters, so I definitely want to go back and watch and read the mangas from those to see what they're like compared to their video game adaptation, because it most of the characters, if not all of them, are badass and fun in their own way. So don't let that stop you at all. And the gameplay is very simplistic in terms of learning how to use your abilities and combos, because you're only really using two buttons to do the fighting, and then your special abilities, of course, you use all of your controls. But it's very easy to string along combos and jump right into it. I guess that's why it's called Jump Force, because you gotta jump right in. I'm joking, but it's really easy to pick up, especially if you're already familiar with fighting games in general. For example, a couple of people in the Collider office played with me today, and they ended up beating me a couple rounds because even though I was going a little bit easy on them, but they were able to pick up the controls and just go to town, because it's very easy to pick up, and not necessarily saying you're going to do some button mashing, but it won't hurt. But because the combos are very easy, and some people might have an issue with that. They might want more to do with that, and I think it's the perfect level of fighting meets trying to appeal to all users, which this is for. It's pretty much the visuals are the main focus when you're doing the gameplay, and then the actual fighting itself is a secondary, which I don't mind. That's why the controls are easier, because trust me, I have played with Yugi like a million times already, and every time I pull out Cypher the Sky Dragon and destroy everything, it still gives me chills to just see how beautiful it is. I don't see this being like a esports competitive type game, because again, the controls are very simple. This is just more of a fun game to play online against people, but nothing too serious. So that's what I have to say about the mechanics, and I plan on playing it a lot more, because besides the missions, you want to spend time building up your character and leveling them up so you can get stronger, get different abilities, get different suits and all that, and then so you can take him online when he's at like level 50 and murk some fools and stuff like that. So that's what I'm looking forward to, is really developing my own character, as well as getting to play with all of these other awesome heroes and standing alongside them while we're doing missions and stuff like that. So that's the biggest takeaway I'm getting from this, is being able to play with all these awesome heroes. Like, I was standing there with Naruto and standing there with his son. I was actually playing with Naruto, fighting against his son, and I felt so bad. I was like, dude, call CPS. I feel bad for drawing my own son like that. What's going on? But but yeah, it's an awesome game, and I really loved it so much, and you guys will too. So right now I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10, and this is before I've even done like online play against people and stuff like that, because I've just been so focused in on the actual story itself, because I didn't know if there were going to be any twists or any turns, and I still have a little bit to play with the story, but I don't see it being anything too serious. But once I do actually finish, I can come back to a spoiler review, and I plan on doing a lot more content, individual style battles, custom battles that you guys want to see, doing some more Twitch with this as well. So there'll be a lot more Jump Force videos to come, because this game is so awesome, and I think you guys should give it a try. It comes out this Friday, February 14th. Or February 15th, I believe. So go ahead and get it if you're interested in any of these shows. I think it's worth the money, and you'll have a great time. But make sure to check out our other content that we have coming on our channel. We have a lot of Mortal Kombat footage coming. Caboose is killing it on that, and he'll be doing a lot more other coverage opportunities. So make sure to look out for that, and subscribe to our channel. Leave a like and comment, and we will see you later for another video. Peace.